Today I'm going to show you how to do a hinge reversal on a Whirlpool dryer. First thing I'm going to start with is popping this side off here. This bracket needs to be removed, so we're going to go ahead and pull this off. All right, so it shows you that's removed. Next thing I'm going to do is remove the door, and which is also attached to the hinge. So this, as you can see, I got all the screws out, but it's still in place because it hooks into the grooves. So to remove the door, you're gonna lift up and pull out, and you'll see it'll like wiggle out of the grooves there. So that's removed. Now, while we're on this side, I'm gonna go ahead and just attach the bracket that was on this side. As you saw, it was here. Same thing. This lifts out and pulls out. You simply flip it to the opposite side in this case, so to the right side. So we're here and we're flipping here, and then same thing, goes up higher than the holes, line up the grooves, slides into place. I got my placement screws or holes for the mounting screws, so let's go ahead and just put that back on, get that out of the way. And that's on. And that's done, nice and tight. Next thing is gonna be with the door right here. So all I'm gonna simply do, as you can see, just to give you a visual of it, we got the hinge on this side right now, which is the way it was, and then this is the side with the door latch, and all I'm simply pretty much gonna do is flip this side and this side. We have to swap locations with them. So let's go ahead and get started. So these are secured with some Phillips screws. Phillips head screws. Pop that off. That pops it out. So you saw the two screws, and this side's popped off. Move that out of the way. Do the same thing to this. Loose, and this is we're gonna move that, so that pulls the cover off, and then now here's our hinge. So we got access to the hinge. My next step is gonna be to separate the inside of the door from the outside of the door. And the way we're gonna do that is there's gonna be a few Phillips screws that need to be removed. This is actually my display dryer, so your dryer will unlikely have this sticker. This sticker is just highlighting some features about this dryer, so I'm going to go ahead and remove this because in order to get access to the screws on the inside of this are here. So we'll remove this out of the way, and that shows you the screws we need to do to separate the inside from the outside. And it's these outside screws. You got 1, 2, 3 down here, and then you got 1, 2, 3 up here. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop those off. All right, so once these screws are out, now I'm able to separate the inside from the outside. And here's what that looks like. You're just gonna pull apart, and just like that. So now we're separated, and you could see what we're dealing with here. So you got the hinge on this side, and then this is gonna be our you can see how it is from the way you normally see it. You got the hinge, and then the door latch is on this side. So what we're gonna do now that we have access to the opposite side, is we're gonna flip our hinge with our door latch. So let's go ahead and do that. And that's accessible. So the door latch is actually these two screws here. Pop that off. There's one here and one here. There's our door latch, and let's see if there's anything holding it on the opposite side. Oh, actually there's a two, and there's also, it looks like, two more right here. One here and one here. So there's 4 screws actually total that are holding this door latch. All right, and that's off. Now we're gonna go ahead and move the hinge and flip it to the other side. In order to get to these screws, it's gonna be the 3 screws for the top and 3 on the bottom. So we're gonna move all 6 of these screws on this one here. That's a different size bit, by the way. I'm gonna keep a hand on it so it doesn't just fall off. Alright, so we got these screws out, and while that's in our hand, let's just go ahead so you can see what's going on. We're going to go ahead and pretty much move this from this side to the opposite side. So you're pretty much removing, when you're doing a hinge reversal, you're flipping everything from one to the other. So we're going to go here, and this is just going to go and get secured on this side. So it'll simply go just like this, flip it over, and then get this to line up with your... Get that right there, and you can see how I got this lines up. So I got a hole here, a hole here, a hole here. 1, 2, 3 on this side. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So just hold them there. I'm gonna go ahead and just flip this over so I can get those secured. Pop those on. Alright, and the hinge is now attached. Next thing we're going to go ahead and do is attach the door latch on the opposite side. And this one, if you remember, actually secures from the inside. So I'm just going to put it in place, flip this over, and get the screws attached. So line this up with the holes here, the 2. There's one here, one here, one here, one here. So there's 4 total. Start with this one just to get it to catch. Alright, I'm going to attach one more on this side. Alright, so we got the door latch secured. So just to recap, all we did is from the inside, when we separated the inside from the outside, is we flipped the hinge and the door latch. So just, they're symmetrical as far as the frame goes. Now the next step is going to be to go ahead and put the inside and the outside back together. So we'll line up those pre-holes. There we go. All right, there we go. So there's a few things you could look for to make your process easier in doing this. Once you go to put the door frame on, you're gonna just try to match up these holes right here first with the bottom part. Once you get those to line up, it'll fall kind of like right into place. So look at those, they line up here, and then you're gonna notice you got a couple parts of the inside that will actually just fall into place, and then you'll feel it just clip in, and as you can see, all my holes match up. So I got these 6 screws. Let's go ahead and pop those on. Alright, so alright, so I got all my screws back in, and the inside and the outside of my door are now reattached. My next step is going to be to go ahead and put my covers back on. So we'll go ahead and start with this one here. Just goes on over top. Boom, that's on, and then we'll put this cover back on. Boom, we are all tightened up, hinges reversed, door latch is back on, everything is secure. All right, and the final step is to now secure the door back to the frame of the dryer, and pretty much comes off exactly, or hooks back up just like we took it off. So you're gonna go in, get you a good angle so you can see this. We're going to slide it in place, and then it just drops right in. As you can see, my 4 placements are lined up. Make sure these are nice and tight so you don't have a loose door. There we go. All right, nice and tight. And there you have it. We've already attached that side, so there you have it. That is a hinge reversal on a Whirlpool dryer. I really hope this video helps. Like and subscribe for more. Thank you.